Good afternoon. It is April the 10th, around 2:20 in the afternoon. I've just realized that it's been probably nearly a month since I posted on DTube, and that's just because there's so much fascinating brand new stuff in the cryptoverse that sometimes you can be like singular vision on something and then you stop and look around to see what's happening. I've been quite annoyed with decentralized projects for a little while now, mainly because of like Ethereum's gas price and it just not being what it promised to be. You know, the sharding stuff and the price stuff, you know, it's nowhere near it needs to be for it to get public traction, for people to be like, this is as reliable as what I've already got, and yet the fees are incredibly low. Like, it feels very much like Western Union all over again. You know, waiting for something to go through and costing you a lot of money. So I've been exploring loads of different things, and I just wanted to throw it all together as a bunch of links, just in case you are somebody who's into crypto stuff, crypto projects, and maybe hadn't seen some of these things popping up and were just interested in exploring other angles, I guess. So the reason for this is that I am actually working with a client for a number of weeks. I think I've got another 3 weeks extended on the project, and then we might go further on after that. But it's helping them, assisting them in putting together their hack day weekend, and indirectly they're putting on an event, and we're trying to shape what their app and what resources they're going to use, or what code bases they're going to hook into. There's been discussion about like things to do with DTube and Hive and Sia and a whole bunch of other things, but I kind of wanted to give you a bit of a just a run by of all the things that I'm playing around with at the minute, because I do play with so many different platforms, and this feels very much like when I started playing around with social media back in 2007. Is, you know, there was so many different things coming out. There was Koala, there was like the other one that was like a location based social media, and it feels very much like, it also feels very much like the ICO days of like excitement levels, because a lot of these things now are starting to come into maturity, and a lot of them are starting to realize they need money in infrastructure, and they need engagement, and they need eyeballs, and they need people building on top of the things that they've built. So we're in a very nice period right now. Obviously altcoins are doing pretty well because we're having a bit of an altcoin season, although, you know, BTC is at $60,000 today as well, which is pretty fire. So anyway, let me run through these mega quick, because I don't want to waste your time and want to provide you with a little bit of value. Something that I've been really getting into a lot is I've been putting my eyes on two areas, and one of them might really be like, what? And the other one might make more sense. So I started to look back into Sia again, because DTube offers Sia as a backup for storage of videos, which I totally recommend to people if they want some kind of immutability or resilience or reliability or failover from YouTube videos. Maybe your YouTube content is a little bit on the fringe, or, you know, on the edge. You might want to back up to that, and you might want to be able to share that quickly via social media if that content gets banned or taken down or whatever. So Sia is really good at that. You can go to siasky.net and you can upload a video. But one thing that really stood out to me, and this is going back quite a while now, this is going back to March the 24th, when I just started to play around with a lot of this stuff. And it makes me realize that a lot with crypto is you've got to be around it to benefit, right? You can't, with crypto, you can't just like look at it 1 month and then look at it another month, because this whole area moves so quick. Like, I'm talking days, like literally days. You can miss something and, you know, it's over. I've seen people like flip $50 into 5,000. I've seen people take 5,000, flip it into 100,000 in like 30 days. Like, from the financial side, it's crazy, but there's also a lot of innovation side of stuff going on as well. So Skynet Labs, they gave away for the first 100 people a year's worth of Skynet Plus accounts. So this is kind of cool. It's still a little bit centralized, because you need at the minute like a email and login to get to this like dashboard thing. So you can still go to siasky.net and upload a video free of charge, but now they've also got a upgrade options to it, which is kind of exciting, because I managed to get in the first 100 users of that deal, accounts for free, Skynet 100. You might still try it. You never know. It might still be some accounts there, or they might have added some more. And it links straight through to Stripe as well, and they've built in support for their customer portal. So I've got this $5 a month, and I can pin up to 1 terabyte of files, which is freaking awesome. Even at $80 a month, if I was to go to extreme, if I wanted to put all my video hosting onto Seer, 20 terabytes for $80 a month. That's incredibly cheap compared to looking at something like Amazon S3. So that's kind of nice that there is a host out there that is looking now to really scale their technology. They want people putting stuff on Skynet. There's obviously a lot of people putting their hard drives and connecting all that up to earn Seer coin for hosting your video, your files, not just video files. And also it's kind of resilient. It's quite a resilient network because they have like great failover, and they shard and encrypt pieces of your files, and it's pretty damn fast. I used another front-end platform into Seer, which now has support for not only Seer but Storage as well. So if you're looking at decentralized video hosting on the web, maybe you're doing a project or you're doing a hack day, definitely check out some of the Skynet stuff, because they are rapidly building demos and examples on top of their technology and starting to really flesh out their community stuff. And that attracts me to it, because I'm always interested in what we're going to do next. They also released a little decentralized encrypted paste bin if you're looking to put up some text files or release something as a text file up onto the web. I'll definitely be using this for like a info file. Remember .info files back in the day, the ASCII files that you used to get on discs and stuff? I think I'm going to release a bunch of my older courses as free torrents, and then put up stuff here and link it through like that. Another thing I've been interested in looking at was that there was quite a bit of a backlash for Cardano smart contracts not getting done on time, to the point that I saw a lot of people taking 50% of their Cardano out and just moving it into other projects because they're going to have to wait 6 months for these smart contracts to turn up. So just shows you how people like make decisions on the technology being ready at a certain time. Maybe they were expecting to see a price boost and wanted to get a quick investment flip, or maybe they put money in for 2 or 3 months and they just wanted to like double it or something. I find that a lot with crypto projects, is that when you get a new version or when they have add-on features, you kind of get a price bump, because obviously it looks like it's fresh stuff, and then it gets like fresh sharing on social media, so then people start buying in again because they see movement, they see activity. And I think that's one thing that Seer are really good at, is that they're starting to realize that they can mobilize that social messaging and just build on a new thing every week. We've released this, we've built this, and they're starting to build a lot of little apps that people want to move from centralized to decentralized. So yeah, that caused a lot of stuff with Cardano. I still believe in Cardano. I still think that the whole mantra of their whole side change thing, in being able to link into other projects, maybe get the pricing markets from Polkadot and bring that into a Cardano built system. I feel like if Bitcoin is generation 1, then like Cardano, ETH is 2 and Cardano is like 3. So I don't know. I've got a little bag of Cardano. I feel like it's going to be a really interesting project when it does launch. And I like the ethos and the ethics behind Cardano. I like watching the videos of Charles talking, because he's looking at what's out there already and what's worked and what hasn't worked, and they're fixing those issues and iterating, which is what we want in cryptos. You want to keep on, a bit like what happened with Bitcoin and transactions and POS, point of sale, being able to have something like a Lightning Network to do like a layer 2 of that, and then reconcile it later on, moves the whole niche, the whole industry forward, right? Because we're trying to replace these centralized bloated systems and remove those middlemen, those gatekeepers. And so crypto is exciting because it's an iterative thing, and you're investing. The skill, I think, with crypto, and the reason why I'm so interested in it, is, for me, I used to love collecting bookmarks of things that were really cool on the internet. And Now that's changed to the way that advancements are happening within crypto projects. Either another crypto project will get spawned out of it, and it's recognizing those ones and getting in early to see how they fix the problem and noticing when they're going to blow up. And then by the time that they've increased in value, there's other projects out that you can invest in. So it's like this rolling interest curve where if you're early, then you can benefit from being early and sharing that and repeating that news to other people. And if you're a developer, like building on that. So another thing that I've been playing with is a decentralized Twitter called Twetch. Now I looked at Twetch like 6 months ago, and it was maybe 12 months ago, and it was all right, nothing really exciting. And then somebody from Steam who we used to know sent me $10, got in touch with me via Twitter and sent me a direct message. Are you interested in trying this out? So yeah, I'll give it a go. And actually, it's really freaking good. Like, whatever your gut instinct and feeling is about Bitcoin SV, and I get it because like I've read so much stuff about all these forks from Bitcoin, and you know, I get it. There's something there in your gut that's like, oh, this project. If you're a maximalist, you're going to hate anything else that's like forked off Bitcoin. I understand that. But the problem is that from a user perspective, like all of that falls away when I get what I want. And so one of the things I like about the fact that this uses Bitcoin SV is it's fucking fast. Like the block size is so big on Bitcoin SV that like, and the interfaces are so nice, so clean. They're almost like centralized apps like Cash App from Square. And so when you've got that, the jump for somebody in centralized apps to decentralized is a lot less because they're not worried about what chain runs it and the politics behind it and the maximalists behind it. They're just going from a smaller jump to this interface looks like my previous interface, and oh look, there's my funds. They're not waiting for anything. So then the questions, the behavioral questions don't jump in like, where's my money? Where's it gone? What do I need to check? What is this block explorer? All of those things kind of fall away because it looks similar to what they've got, but the costs are lower. And I think that's the genius of what Bitcoin SV are doing right now is they're rolling out so many little projects that do things very quickly, and I think people are going to get caught out by it. So one of the things I really loved about this month is that I've been using it, I've been chatting, I've been sending messages back and forth. You can, you know, do various things. One of the things that I thought was really cool is because I've used it, because I've been active on the platform, they did an airdrop of these like crazy 3D eggs, and I put mine up for like a price of $10,000 just because I don't want to sell it, but I also don't want to just leave it sitting there. There's actually a whole marketplace for these things, and on the first day, like there was loads of these getting sold for like $200 to $300, and also this Tendy. I don't know why they did a piece of chicken, but whatever. It's like NFTs and stuff like that. They're just crazy. But a lot of these sold because people put them for like $200, $300, and then they sold them instantly. I decided to put mine up for like $10,000 because I don't want to sell it. I feel like sitting on it, because there's only 2,066 of them, I thought sitting on it made more sense. There's supposed to be a 3D thing here, but for some reason it's not coming up. I'll try it one more time. Wallet. It's like a 3D, you can't see it, it's a 3D egg, and you can spin it around and all that kind of stuff. Anyway, what I like about it is they've got you can use many different wallets. You can use their internal one, or you can use an external one. So I've got to say their apps are incredibly well polished. They look like centralized, you know, Square kind of apps. You can see how clean the interface is, and it's fast, like instantaneous, because of that massive block size on Bitcoin SV. Now, whatever your feelings you have about Bitcoin SV, from a perspective of somebody living in the UK and somebody living in America, if I want to send some money instantly to somebody, this makes things so much easier. Yes, I have to load that account up, and that can be a little bit awkward with Bitcoin SV because it's not supported everywhere. But on the whole, I can hold a balance of this stuff and make instantaneous payments. And one of the nice things I like about Twetch is that I can also put that into a message as well if I want to. If I do a create post, I can do like a /pay and then put a name and an amount, and it just like goes ahead and pays them. So there's going to be applications and ideas that like spawn from that ability, being able to do things really quickly. So don't sleep on Bitcoin SV. Have a play around with Twitch. If you want me to invite you to it, I can send you a little bit of Twitch to get going. One of the things that is nice about it is that you get paid. You have to pay to tweet, and you can get paid by somebody liking your tweet or your Twitch. Another thing that's nice, if you get people who are trolling you on Twitter, you can set the price of how much somebody should be to interact with you. If you're getting trolls like trolling you, you can set the price to like $10. If somebody wants to troll you, then you can let them troll you, but it's going to cost them $10 to do it. You can set the amount of like permission, if you like. It's going to cost them to actually contact you. There's really interesting like things that they're doing over there. Definitely grab Handcash, set that as a wallet for Twitch, load it up with some Bitcoin SV, send some money about, play around with this. I'm going to be doing a separate video about Bitcoin SV stuff that's out there, because they've got some cool stuff. Like they've got this NFT, they've got these 5,000 real world cards that you can use. You can load your balance of Bitcoin SV on it, but they're selling them as like an NFT. So you own the NFT for like $40 to $43, which gets you the physical card. I just think there's some really interesting stuff going on there, and I think it's only possible because of the fast speed of transaction to be able to get that thing done. Another thing, Odyssey. I have to bring up Odyssey because library is under attack right now by this like help library save crypto. There's a big thing happening in the United States. The SEC are trying to make it a standard that all blockchain tokens are security. So they've for some reason put their sights on library credits. And at first, I thought it was going to have a massive impact on the price, but actually it's been pretty good the last recent days. The price has kind of stabilized. I took a bunch of my tokens out because I just thought it was going to crash and go through the floor. But I really like Odyssey, and I can't describe why I like it. I think it's an interface thing. I think it's these balances, these credits, the ability to hold the balance and automatically get promotion from it, so it like boosts your content the more you hold, which is kind of what you want from staking in a cryptocurrency to do with media, right? You want more people to see your stuff. If I've got $10,000 invested in it, it's almost like having a marketing spend, right? So my content gets more coverage, and therefore I'm gonna get more exposure because I'm buying into that ecosystem, right? Which is kind of not really explained enough, I think, on projects. So definitely go and check out that. Please support this library initiative. There is a way somewhere to sign the petition. Do go and make sure you put your signature on that. Been playing around with Odyssey a lot. I think I'm going to do a lot more video posting on here. I already have mine synced up with YouTube, so it goes from YouTube straight into Odyssey. What else? Staking. Let's talk about staking and investments. I've realized now after 3 or 4 years of playing around with crypto that for me to be able to just play with these things and earn a little bit off the top, I should probably concentrate on 4 or 5 projects and stake into the projects that I use the most and leave it there, or leave as much as I can there. I've managed to get a new machine, new technology at the beginning of this year, but I've started to change my behavior in terms of investing money into the products that I use. So if I buy an Apple machine, I should buy some Apple stock. And I'm starting to look at not just crypto stock, but stocks and investments in general, because now I've got this magic figure in my head of, if I can reach that figure in the next 2 or 3 years, then I can kind of live off that every year just by staking and interoperating on these platforms to free up my time so that I'm not worrying too much about income and money and wages or any of that stuff. I can actually just, learn new stuff, spend a month learning how to use, animation software. Like I've always wanted to do animation properly. So that's kind of an area where I'm looking at the minute. And one of those things that's really helping me with that is Pancakeswap. So Pancakeswap uses Binance chain, the Binance chain, which is a fork of the Ethereum chain, but the fees are incredibly low. And instead of like Ethereum ETH 20s, not ETH 20s, oh god, what they call that, the token standard. I can't think now, but their token is called a BEP20, and they have these farms and these pools, and it's crazy. Like what they're doing over there is crazy. Like I got in around $16 and it's now 22, and you can just add, you know, funds to these farms and these pools, and once you get into that whole BNB Binance chain like ecosystem, there's so many projects that like just spawn from off this. One that I invested in the other day was one called 8pay, which are doing like an invoicing system using Binance chain because of their low fees to be able to like do payments. So kind of think of it like a decentralized PayPal. And there's going to be a lot of these projects just pop up. If you think 10,000 crypto coins on CoinGecko is a lot, you wait until you start seeing in 6 months' time how many projects there is on Binance chain. And I'm sure there'll be another chain after this that does it faster than BEP20. But I mean, even now you can go over and use something like Quickswap.exchange and pay in Matic, and your fees are so much lower than ETH right now. So I've been playing around with that as well. Been looking at Matic. I'm definitely going to try and hold a bag of Matic. I feel like their whole idea of using plasma with point of sales, proof of stake based sidechains, I think that's kind of similar in some ways to what Cardano are doing, but they're using like an Ethereum base. Plasma is much cheaper than Ethereum anyway, but the idea of Matic scaling that could bring the prices right down. So yeah, Polygon, Matic, definitely a coin you should be looking at. It's reasonably cheap right now. I think this is going to go up in 12 months time. Buy a bag of this, stick it on your ledger, forget about it for a year, see where you are in a year's time. Another thing that I've been playing around with, and I'm definitely getting a bag of, is Uniswap, because I feel like their fees and their systems are going to be even better when version 3 drops. Let me quickly speed up. Helium, got to talk about Helium. This Internet of Things like miner. Originally there was just one miner, and now there's so many different people getting in on this. And I've been starting to look at this in terms of a box like this is more likely to go in somebody's house than somebody downloading a piece of software and running their computer 24/7 to mine crypto. Having a box that can provide like internet access, and they get paid for that access, or access for like Internet of Things sensors, I feel like that just makes it a little more simpler for the average Joe. If they can spend money on a box that they can connect to their router, put in their windowsill, and earn from it, they're going to do it. It's a no-brainer. So I've been looking into the Helium. Helium was like 12 bucks maybe 2 weeks ago. Now it's 19 bucks. I can see this easily going to like 100 plus and beyond as this network of this Internet of Things coin rolls out across the world. And you've got to start looking around at stuff, because there's some interesting Internet of Things devices that have blockchain integration. One of them is this Pebble Tracker, a secure battery-operated, blockchain-ready cellular Internet of Things prototyping platform. So I don't know where necessarily this is going, but I'm kind of excited about the idea of one of the biggest problems that we've had for the last 2 or 3 years with Internet of Things is they're not secure, or the security is pretty bad. I mean, LoRaWAN is a different story altogether, but like the fact that we're trying to bring like a blockchain ready idea to Internet of Things means we're like trying to look at transactional immutability, but also security on that level. And being able to have these little devices, I don't know, this is exciting to me, because it bolts onto the existing idea of mesh networks, and being able to have like a little box that you can like do sensors and tracking. There's a whole bunch of like different economies that you can build from this. I can't visualize it yet. I just see that there's something bigger that this opens up. Last two things. I love this box that you can get from Fulmo Shop. It's for anybody using Raspberry. Is it Raspberry? Yeah, Raspberry Blitz. It's a downloadable like Bitcoin node you can get from GitHub. But what they've done is made this really cool box with a nice interface in the screen attached to the Raspberry Pi, so you can actually see, you know, the load time, the temperature, and if it's in sync, and you know how you log on to it from your addresses and all that stuff. I just really like that case. That looked perfect on the desktop. May sound like a lot of money, 350 euros, but you know, you get a terabyte SSD, a Raspberry Pi 4, that metal case, the screen, everything already in there, and you can even pre-sync the blockchain to it if you don't want to spend like a week downloading the blockchain. I thought that was kind of cool. Last thing today, Rally.I, creator coins. Finally, I did mention this about a year ago that we'd all have our own coin, and they've already started to roll this out. Is that people who build up a big community of followers online will end up having their own token, and people will trade based on how popular they're going to be or how they're building their communities. I think this is the most exciting area. I feel like this makes more sense for esports companies and teams and corporations and you know, the big players behind the scenes. You're definitely going to go and find every top team having their own token at some point and being able to invest in their future success. I can imagine real-time markets, depending on the blockchain, of course, maybe something like Bitcoin SV. I want to be able to watch a CSGO match and in real time bet on the outcome of that match, and you know, get my gambled payments back while I'm watching or by the end of it. I think this is a massive industry, and it's not very far away now. All right, that's what I've been doing for the last month. I have been doing other stuff, but this is where I've been focusing my time on crypto. I do have something that I'm working on that's kind of exciting, but I went away to work on it, spend time on it, because it's been nagging at me to get it done. And I'm about to redo a lot of my courses for 2021-22, and so I needed this other thing in place. And once it's done and set up, it should keep me going for the next couple of years. So yeah, that's it. I'll catch up with you soon. Sorry I've been waffling on for the last God knows how long. I'll catch up with you soon. Take care. Bye.